Hey guys, so as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using makeup that I just do not like. I'm not going to say hate, but it's just not right for me. So let's just jump straight into it. So the first thing I have is the Pixie by Petra brow powder palette, and I have two of these actually, and I'm gonna put the second one in a giveaway. It's just not right for me. I just don't feel like it does anything. Like, it comes with this double-ended brush, like one is a sponge tip, the other side it's like a slightly angled brush, but it's not tough enough. So I'm going to use my Barry M slanted brush to do this. I'm going to go into this rich brown colour here, and I'm going to start on the tail as I usually do. And I think the reason why I'm not too keen on it is because I don't use powder products to do my brows. It's either pencil or some kind of pomade, some kind of gel kind of thing. So if you're a powder person, maybe this will work because it is pigmented, but I just find that this can leave a lot of gaps because of the way that I do my brows. Yeah, like I can't seem to get this little gap here to be filled in, no matter how much. Like, it's still there, that tiny little gap. That irritates me. Okay, so now I've done both my brows. Now I'm gonna move on to eyeshadow, and I'm gonna use this Sleek Oh So Special palette. This is what the palette itself looks like. I think I'm gonna try and pan this. I don't like this, but because I spent money on it, I have to use it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and like project pan this palette. I just find that this is just so chalky. I've already put some concealer onto my eyelids and set it. But the reason why I just don't like this palette, and I've tried it a few times, okay, but I just find that they swatch so good, but on the eyelid it just does not pay off in the same way. And I could get away with using this, you know, as a like an accompaniment palette, but I just don't feel like I should have to do all of that. I just find that these can be just so chalky. Like, oh my gosh, it's just like mud. Ugh. So I think I'm definitely gonna try to just use it, get rid of it, because I just don't want to be wasteful, but then I would never go back and use it again. I'm gonna try and do something at least half decent. And I think this palette was just under £10, but then considering that you've got other brands that are just as affordable, which are better, or just as just a little bit more expensive and a hell of a lot better. And I understand there's people out there who absolutely love sleek eyeshadows and stuff, and that's all good. That is all good. If they work for you, that's great. I swatched them in store and they were beautiful. Like, all of them that I swatch, all of the sleek palettes that I swatch, they're always beautiful, but I'm deterred because of this palette. I really am deterred. And to be fair, this shade I feel only really popped because I put some fixing spray. Next is face, and I'm going to use the Lancome 24 Hour Wear Tint Idol Ultra Wear Foundation. I do not like this. Not because it's the wrong colour, it's because it is, first of all, this was a sample that was sent to me that I applied for online. But the reason why I really do not like this foundation is because of the scent. It is so heavily fragranced. I can feel it tingling. I can actually feel it tingling right now. Oh gosh, I'm going to use it with my Derma Blend to make it the right colour. I have no beef with this, but just to make it the right shade, I'm going to put this on as well. Well, attempt to make it the right shade. And to be honest, I don't even feel like it has a nice finish. Like, the smell is just doing my head in. Even though I've used another foundation with it, I can still smell it. Moving on to the PS Pro. I think this is like the powder for Primark. I've got this in like one of those boxes. It's just so white, like it's white. But yeah, I've got this in a subscription box and it's just so white. It might work in my favor for this particular foundation because it's so orange, but yeah, it's so white and it's so powdery. As soon as you open it, it just goes everywhere. Even though I try to get the powder back into the sifter, into those little holes, it just goes absolutely everywhere. Now onto concealer, and we have the Max Factor Master Touch All Day Concealer. I've reviewed this, I've shown it to you guys before. I feel like this just, God, my skin. It looks terrible. This concealer, I just feel like it sits on top of your skin. I don't feel like it really goes into, it doesn't really, it just sits on top of the skin. It doesn't really melt into the under eye area. And I feel like it brightens, but it doesn't actually conceal anything, and it creases like crazy. I recently got the Makeup Revolution Tarte dupe, and that one was, I think the introductory price for that one was like £3, but it's actually £4. This feels like it's got like some kind of hard business inside it. Like, it's soft, but it feels like inside is hard. What does that mean? Ooh. But yeah, that concealer was £3, but it's supposed to be £4, and it's so much better than this. Like, this, back in with that powder again, as you can see, like, look, these two little spots here, this concealer has never concealed those two little dots. Never. I don't have like a contour that I don't like, so we're gonna skip that. We're gonna go on to do my eyeliner. An eyeliner that I don't like is this e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. I like the applicator, it's so thin, but what I don't like is the formula. I feel like there's probably a couple of contradicting ingredients in there that act like water to oil, and you know, like oil and water just do not mesh. They don't go together, so it separates. But I absolutely adore the applicator. Like, it's just so thin and it's so precise. It's just the formula of the actual eyeliner itself. Like, oh, okay. I've done my eyeliner. Now for blush, I've got this cream blush. I'm just not into cream blushes. Now, if you use it by itself, it just, first of all, I need to warm it up. Like, all of that is just too much for a blush. Like, I'm used to just putting it on a brush and going about my business, but having to do all of this and blend it out and make sure that it's like, look, it's just splotchy. Using this on its own, like, don't you have to set cream products? What I thought. So I would still feel the need to use a powder blush on top. And who wants to have all of that product all over their face, especially when you already have foundation, powder, concealer, a little bit more powder, then blush, more powder, and then highlighter on top. Like, that's just too much for the skin. Like, I don't need this. It's just so splotchy. It doesn't blend. And then I've got the Too Faced Love Light highlight. Oh, I feel like this does not do anything. Like, here's what it is. I just feel like it doesn't do much. Like, it's supposed to be blinding. It's not blinding me. Oh, and especially as there's one called, like, this one's called Ray of Light. This is not a ray of light. Like, what? Like, where? And the thing is, those sold for £25 each, and there was 3, and I got all 3, so that was £75. Yeah. And then lastly is the Shaaanxo palette with, this is the original one, which had the lip colors. And I think all I did was swatch these for a video, and that was it. Purple kind of thing going on. Let's use this one. I'm not a fan of lip palettes. These are just so streaky. And I just, like, look, it's just gloopy. I mean, you can build these up, but look. It's just so patchy and streaky. I'm gonna have to use it. Aww. And I've got like a couple of little beauty spots on my lips, and I can still see the. Ugh. I'm just not keen. Last thing is the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray. This, it just kind of It doesn't bring the makeup together. It just kind of mattifies and that's it. There's no moisture at all. I understand that it's an oil control fixing spray, but because there's liquid in it, I expect it to at least take away that powdery look, and it just never does. It makes everything matte, great, but it doesn't bring the makeup together. So I've thought, okay, well maybe I need to get a moisturizing or illuminating fixing spray and then put a mattifying fixing spray over it, because it does what it's supposed to do. It does mattify, but you just look powdery and cakey. That's not cool. Anyway, so this is the finished look and I absolutely hate it, so I'm going to be taking this off as soon as I'm finished. If you liked any of these products and they work for you, great, but for me it just does not work. As I said, I'm going to be looking to pan this palette. I need to get rid of it somehow. I don't want to give it away or whatever. I do actually want to use it, seeing as I bought it. So I'm going to use this for a project pan. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.